Hey everyone, B-Rob's blog, week 38, and we have just passed, well, a little bit past now, the 1 month mark since surgery. August 15th was surgery, and since surgery I've lost an additional 30 pounds, currently sitting at 337, so I've lost a total of 123 pounds since January. So I know I've not updated in a while, and I've really meant to do that, but life has been crazy. Excuse me, here lately. Excuse me, a little bit late in the evening when I'm recording this, but it's been a little crazy, and I meant to do this last week. I had my 1 month follow-up last week. My weight restrictions with how much I can lift and all that went out yesterday, so it's been 6 weeks since all that went into play. So it's getting ready to be time to exercise and to really get going. I had a pretty good lot of exercise this past weekend. I went to my first NFL game. If you kind of followed along and you watched the other blogs, of course, you know I'm a huge Denver Broncos fan. Well, Denver played in Cincinnati, played the Bengals this week. And if you're a Bengals fan, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry either, because it was a good game. And of course, you can see I'm nursing a little bit of a sunburn there. But I believe that was probably the hardest experience I've had so far since surgery. I don't regret surgery. I would do it again in a heartbeat. I've been telling people who ask me about the surgery that it's the best thing I've ever done. But when you get into a situation where you're at the ballpark and you're surrounded by all this yummy food and you're drinking water, it's hard. It is hard. I mean, and I've had cravings since surgery. I'm not going to lie about that. Pizza has been a huge craving I've had. I was joking with my wife a little bit while back. I kind of feel like I'm pregnant because, you know, I have cravings sometimes. But we're doing okay, obviously. Still losing the weight and still doing good. And while it is tough, it's important to, persevere and just keep chugging along. I'm excited to start my exercise regimen here pretty soon. I bought an elliptical after surgery, so I have that at home now. Of course, I've been doing the walked quite a bit. Of course, you know, if you see I wear a Fitbit, I've got the Fitbit Alta, but was in Cincinnati for that ball game, probably walked 20,000 steps that day. Well, my Fitbit died right in the middle of it, so it didn't catch any of my steps, which kind of sucks, but so we're getting a lot of exercise with walking, but I'm looking forward to adding more exercise, more energy-intensive exercise into the routine. And then I'm also going to start lifting weights here before too long to try to tone up some. I'm already getting, you can't see it with this shirt on, but I've got the droop already under my arms a little bit, so I'm hoping to tone that up before it gets too much worse. So, again, it's been an interesting experience. I tell you, some of the weeks when I was between liquid and solid were some of the longest of my life, especially right after surgery. And then I couldn't have anything solid until peanut butter, which was the following week. And went a little overboard with that. Really did. I struggled a little bit the first couple of days with eating too much peanut butter. Did not get sick to the point of throwing up, but really felt it. And that's a good thing too about your new stomach. Once you have this surgery, you have a built-in cutoff valve, so you really can't overeat because your stomach will tell you, hey, you need to stop. We're going to empty back out. It's like a bathtub overflowing when you put too much water in it. So that's the best analogy I come up with. I have struggled with getting, you know, you're supposed to have between 70 and 90 grams of protein a day and 64 ounces of fluid. I have trouble getting both. I usually get one or the other. Now, since food is really, I'm all the way up through chicken and ground beef and all that now, food is easier for me, and protein bars have been a huge help. So it's a lot easier for me to get my protein in, but I'm not getting my liquid most days. Matter of fact, today I've had less than 32 ounces, and it's almost 9 o'clock at night when I'm recording this. So I really got to work on getting the liquids down, because the next appointment I have will be 3 months, and then in 3 months they'll start doing blood tests to make sure that I don't have any vitamin deficiencies. So I want to make sure that I'm on the line and on par with that once we go back. But had a big victory the other day. The last suit I bought when I was working at WYMT was a 64 regular. That's a pretty good size. A friend of mine is getting married this weekend. He's coming up, Shane Smith. I worked with him at WYMT. He's getting married, so I'm in the wedding party as an usher, so I needed to get a suit for that. I didn't have a suit because all the suits I'd had, I've either gotten rid of them or they're just way too big. Well, I went up and bought a suit in Lexington this past weekend, and 52 regular. So that was a huge victory. And then the last pair of pants I bought was a 50, or suit pants, was a 58-30, and then I bought a 50-30. So very humbling, very awe-inspiring experience. And I'm really starting to see, especially in my face, I can see in my face now a lot, and even in my stomach area right here toward the top where it's, slimming. I can't see my feet yet, but I'm looking forward to being able to look down at some point and seeing my feet. But it's really been a great experience. I can't say enough about it. It's been a lot of difficult situations, but it's been a lot of fun too, because you get to go out and you buy new clothes, and I've not been buying clothes in bulk yet because of course the weight comes off so quickly that it's kind of pointless. But what I have been doing is I catch sales and clearances and things at places like JCPenney's, and I'll buy a few shirts in smaller sizes that kind of have them stockpiled and kind of held back for when I do get into them. I'm already into a 3X shirt, so I'd say 2X is not too far. This is a really big shirt, as you can tell. But I own 3 pairs of khakis and 1 pair of jeans right now. And I just bought the jeans about a month ago, and they're already too big. So, great victory. I mean, great strides, but the food part is really kind of tough sometimes, especially when you're around a lot of people and they're like, well, what can you eat? And I can eat a lot of things people can eat now. It's just a lot less of it. I was in Lexington the other night and had dinner with some friends, and I had fish, 2 pretty good sized pieces of fish, and some broccoli, and another vegetable. I can't think what it was right now, but I ate, my portion, and then I was done. And they're like, "That's all you're going to eat?" And I said, "That's all I can hold." So it's a different world, and I think people, especially who've not been around it a lot, just kind of realize, hey, it's a lot different now. And that's fine with me. I took it home and munched on it a couple of different times later that night. So you'll eat it. Trust me. You have to like leftovers. I love leftovers. They don't bother me at all. So I can eat things. I used to make, and my wife will hate me for telling this story, but I used to make when I was batching it, when I still worked at YMT, I would make a big pot of spaghetti on Sunday, and I would eat on it all week long, literally for 5 or 6 days. Just eat on every day, just spaghetti, spaghetti, spaghetti. But leftovers don't bother me at all. So it's been good, and I'm glad to be eating a lot more foods again. It's a lot easier to try to eat in public with people when you can eat more normal, common foods like chicken and ground beef and all that. So it's been really good. So of course, as always, if you have questions, please send them my way. I will do my best to answer them. I'll get an answer for you. I know a lot of folks have reached out that have been interested in my journey. I don't know when I'll record another blog. I'm going to try not to wait till 3 months, but we're kind of getting into the point now where the updates will be weight loss numbers. So, restrictions are off from surgery and all that. Of course, it'll be a little while before I can have steak and pork and ham and then everything else, down the road. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. But on down the road. So these probably will be a little bit more infrequent updates, and I really appreciate those who still follow along and still are along for the ride. Your encouragement has really been very helpful and very appreciated. And we'll just continue to update you when we can and when things kind of go on. So I'm going to sign off for now, and we'll say so long for now.